7:25. We are back on the trail. Thanks to Birdie, her delicious quiche, the hospitality of Birdie and Bob. What a great night.
Yeah. Welcome to day 139.
Hey, Slider.
Yes.
What's for breakfast?
Mountains for breakfast. Got a 900-foot climb this morning right out of the chute.
Yep, mountains for breakfast. And egg croissant in the microwave. And a piece of toast.
Oh, yeah.
And a cup of coffee.
It was all good.
Okay.
Well, we're an hour in. We've come 1.7 miles. We took 10 minutes to check our email and surf the web for anything important. So we're on a pretty good pace.
Yep.
And by the way, a big climb coming out, about 900 feet. So 1.7 is not bad.
Yeah, but now we're on the downhill, and that's going to slow us down because now our knees are seizing up again.
Yeah. It'll all come together.
This is not mall shelter. We're just stopping here for a quick convenience break, but we thought this was awfully adorable. All right, we're 2 hours in, climbing a long incline.
Yeah, 3.7 miles in, so we're up to our 2-mile-an-hour pace over the last hour. We'll see how it goes as we climb this incline and up the next one.
The next one, yeah.
2,000 feet.
Yeah, we're gonna get it all the incline. Most of the incline in the morning, which is the way we prefer it.
Yeah.
It's cool and overcast, so good conditions for doing climbing.
Yeah.
We did this climb 2 years ago, and it was a hot afternoon, and
It was awful.
there were places where I just said, "Leave me here." I mean, literally, I did.
Leave me here and let me die.
I didn't say that, but I just said, just leave me here. I'll catch up later.
Yeah.
So it's a pleasure today climbing when it's cool and comfortable.
Yeah. Even though we're still huffing and puffing.
Well, you are. You know, when you're on a long hike like this one, you take every opportunity you get to celebrate milestones. And today, we're celebrating a milestone this morning.
So we just crossed the point where we only have 500 miles left to go.
Which means in like one footstep.
Yeah.
We have 499.99 miles to go.
Which means the odometer is clicking over once again.
I love it.
Yeah.
It's crazy. And 500 miles left. I mean, really, for us, that's a little over 5 weeks.
Yeah.
And at this point, I'm feeling this little, it's a thrill, but it's also a little dread that this is the end of the trail here soon.
Yeah, the beginning of the end.
Yeah, we're at the beginning of the end. I've enjoyed this so much. It's going to be kind of hard to stop, but 5.5 more weeks to go.
Yeah. You have time to internalize that. We're getting closer to the end.
Yeah. So anyway, let's take one footstep. Here we go.
499.9.
The odometer rolls over. All right, here we are where the bridge is out. We're going to have to ford. And I think that's where we're going to ford, right across that rocky bit right there. Because this is a bit deep. I don't need that. Good slow flow though. All right, time to remove the shoes. Yeah, this won't be too bad. I was afraid with the rain the last couple of days that maybe this would be treacherous, but this might be refreshing. Yeah. I prefer to think of it as refreshing.
No, it was cold. Successful fording.
All right, Chestnut Knob.
Yep.
We meet again. This time you will not get the better of me. Game face.
1,000 or
Game face is on.
game face. 2,000 feet, 5 miles.
We're gonna hike on until straight up noon. That's another 10 minutes away, but then we came upon a perfect sitting rock, so we're gonna take that as a sign. It's time to stop for lunch. This is what we're having today. Each of us will have 2 of these sliders, and we'll eat this whole package of prosciutto. Now here's a little something to look for. Refrigerate after opening. That means you can carry this for days and days. And as long as you consume the whole thing, you're safe. That sweet bun with the salty meat's a really good combination. And that refrigerate after opening, you can find a salami package like that. There's some other lunch meats we've had.
Bacon,
Oh yeah, pre-cooked bacon. That's great.
ham,
Yeah.
prosciutto.
Yeah. Yep.
Lots of choices.
Yeah. This is really overgrown compared to last time, isn't it? Now slider's gonna go down to the source and get water from the spring, not from this pond down here, but from the spring that feeds the pond. This is Chestnut Knob Shelter. It's one of the few shelters that's actually an enclosed facility. Kind of like Blood Mountain. This very decline right here is where Slider got his trail name. Because when we were doing this 2 years ago, there were a bunch of wet leaves on this trail, and he was glissading down the slope on wet leaves. 1,700! Oh, it's so hard to believe.
We are moving out.
Yeah, I told you we celebrate every milestone, but this is a good one. 1,700 miles. Wow. We'll be going down the mountain. Yeah, no. I'm not opening my my Dr. Pepper. Ha! I'm a happy camper.
And that's where we're going.
I love it. Oh my goodness. Surrounded by mountains. And tonight we're at the Mountain Garden Hostel, which is a hostel like no other, and it's true, in Burke's Garden. And Burke's Garden is the most amazing geologic feature. It is a massive sinkhole. So it's this beautiful little pastoral spot surrounded by mountains. And it gets its name from a survey that was done in 1748. And a fellow named Burke was sitting around the campfire with all of his surveying buddies one night. And he took the peels from his potato and he planted them. And I imagine everybody laughed at him until a year later they came back and there were potatoes growing. Burke's Garden.
It's a beautiful place. It's an old farmhouse, very nicely appointed.
Yeah.
They made us dinner. It was really quite good. Pork
Yeah.
chops and rice.
Compliments to Jackie.
Yeah, it was great. We hiked 17.6 miles today.
Yeah.
Long day.
And even though early on we thought we were doing all the elevation in the morning, the afternoon was just a constant up and down, maybe 100 feet up and down, but we did it about 100 times. Okay, maybe about 30.
Yeah.
And they were steep little pitches up and down, and it ended up being quite an afternoon.
Quite an afternoon, but we got here before 5 o'clock and got settled in. It's a 5,000 foot elevation day. Not a lot of wildlife today. It was a couple of squirrels, some birds, chipmunk or two.
Yeah. There were a lot of people out today.
We're seeing some of the southbounders who are completing their flip-flops, and that was pleasant.
Well, that's 2 people.
Yeah.
But we saw probably a dozen people today.
Oh, yeah.
There were a lot of people out.
Today was a repeat of a hike we did 2 or 3 years ago.
2 years ago.
Where we just got crushed by Chestnut Knob. And today the weather was so nice and cool, and we were able to just zoom right up the side of that ridgeline, and some pleasant memories back.
It was longer than I remembered, wasn't it?
Much longer than we remembered.
That's the funny thing about having done this before, is we'll remember certain places, but we won't remember that, and in our minds, they're like, a mile apart. And in reality, they're 8 miles apart.
Mm-hmm. But it was a good day today.
Yeah.
We had a really good time. My knees are a lot better. How about yours?
They are better, yeah.
Much better. A couple of good nights rest are actually helping out.
Yeah. And tonight it's supposed to be very, very cold. Colder than the gear that we've got with us, so I'm glad we're here. This is another one of those sweet little hostels along the way that I would highly recommend. They're taking a hit this year, and I'm glad that it's kind of a win-win that we can stay at the hostel, get out of the cold weather, and that we can support them.
Thanks for joining us.